Oh my goodness. Gary, I knew it was going to be great. Wow. I tell you, after all these months and all of the anticipation, you know, it's so easy for something to fall short, but this is remarkable. This is really something.
Yeah. Well, I was excited for you to come in and get to see it now that we've come to this point, and after all we were through with our choosing and selecting materials and equipment and the products and to bring it all together and show a finished package like this is just very pleasing. You know, I'm proud of what we all did as a team.
It's amazing. You know, we were here and it was just the bones of the house. You know, it was framed and we were here and we're getting ready to take on the spray insulation and beginning to seal up the air barrier and the building envelope and all of the things that are going to make the house extraordinarily energy efficient and really a step above even the high quality work that you already do, as well as the work that's found in this market. But you know, it just the overlay of this fabulous work and the products, my goodness.
Yeah.
A lot of these I'm seeing for the first time too. So,
well,
wow.
You know, we had I guess I would call it a long road in trying to determine and sift through all the possibilities and the choices that we had with equipment and materials, and of course we set out, as you know, with the goal of trying to create a blend of rustic and contemporary elements, and to do it in a very tasteful way, and one that would be seamless throughout the house, and with especially a lot of work on Wendy Underwood's part, and of course all of us as a team making these design decisions, and I think we've nailed it.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's you know, for me, success in the built environment is very much about what I call the seams. It's where one material meets another. It's that a line that's down the middle between the traditional, the rustic, and the contemporary, and where you're pushing the envelope, and you've hit that edge so beautifully in so many ways, you know, and you know, I know probably more about the materials here than a lot of folks, but even then, I'm just amazed at how you're able to take you know, something like an engineered glulam beam and make it look as if it is a salvaged timber from some old barn here in somebody's hayfield. So. God, it's just an amazing house. And then the performance piece, you know, I've looked at the numbers. I've looked at the amount of energy reduction, the amount of carbon reduction, and all of the modeling that's taken place. I mean, this is really a new standard for this part of the country.
It is for even the high standards that are typical for this area, for Aspen, Colorado, and Pitkin County. And so it really pleases me to know that we have achieved, you know, a HERS score of 44 for a home that is, you know, of this size, even though it's considerably downsized to many of the really large scale homes. And of course, in doing that, you know, we still have very nice, intimate-sized rooms and comfortable spaces that are to a really comfortable scale. Nevertheless, we've also achieved what is a record air exchange per hour score, and so that's a testament to the tight envelope and all the systems that we've put into the home. And I'll tell you, it's really the most complex undertaking that I've had, even in my history with commercial as well as residential, and now the high-end residential building. This is probably the most complicated and interesting project that we've ever done.
Well, I guess it would be partly because just the advance of technology, and there's so much more available now, but also the fact that you guys, with the design team and the engineers and everybody, actually integrated systems that had formerly been more independent, more segregated. So you were able to take all of your renewable energy, for example, and integrate that into a program that allowed you to harvest excess and actually store it somewhere else until it's needed. I think that that's a remarkable accomplishment, especially when you're talking about you still have to deliver a product for possibly some of the most discerning customers in North America. Mm-hmm. Wow, that's amazing to me.
Yeah. And that's a great story in and of itself, you know, because we simply wanted to feature a lot of the green technologies and all these various products, and so and of course that presented a real learning curve to us, and it's been a great education for me.
Yeah.
And I feel strongly about, and as we have been doing, educating the public in general and the potential buyers and the real estate community, and ultimately the banking and appraisal community too, because that's, after all, what we really need to do is to you know, convince people of the real value of using these products and these systems in a home, and their lasting value.
Yes.
And why they really should be valued at a higher level than a similar home without these products. So shall we see a little bit more?
Yeah, you know, I'm anxious to go down. I always felt like that there was a center point of this project, and it's down here in this main room, and it's in the center of what I refer to as those opposing axes. You know, you have an axis of this structure of the house, of the property this way, and then you have this incredible cross axis with the views and the openness. And I think it's one of the most successful parts of the design, that you've been able to integrate these outdoor living spaces, and this center point is kind of like the heart of the building right here. Mm-hmm. And yet it's not about the building, it's about where it's at. It's predicated on these incredible pieces of vista and the natural environment that's around here. It's remarkable.
This feeling here really draws from the setting, and of course with the snow and the clouds in, you don't get to see quite the drama that's in the far off view there, with the 14,000 foot peaks that are brought in to the home. But then as you turn back this way, you've got this wonderful pastoral setting, and which is equally, if not more, impressive. And I find many people stand and get mesmerized at this.
It's really comforting, isn't it? It gives really it gives you that, I don't know, I guess the word is bucolic, you know, but it gives you a very peaceful, serene feel. And I think that that's an incredible accomplishment, especially when we're surrounded by so much technology, and yet it's contained in these organic elements and the, you know, the natural finishes and everything. So it's got that softness, and it sort of challenges you and inspires you in different ways, different layers.
Yeah, you know, you wouldn't typically think of a Colorado home as being one that you would, you know, call such an indoor-outdoor type home, or have that sort of space, but it actually works really well here. And of course, as we get into the warmer and summer months, it's going to be ideal to have these window walls flung open and just kind of feel the space move. And we actually had these open a couple of nights ago before the storm blew in, and it was very comfortable in here.
Yeah.
And
well, you know,
it's just a lovely space.
Gary, I've known you for a few years, and I've seen and admired your work, every bit of it that I've ever seen. But first of all, I don't really think that I've seen anything that is quite to this degree, in terms of just capturing the essence of what this was about, and the sustainability and so forth. And in the, you know, maybe in the 4 or 5, 3 minutes that we've got to visit here about this, can you tell me about the experience for you? I mean, I think that this must have been an experience of education and inspiration for you. Do you feel like you're a better builder, a more complete builder, having gone through this process?
Well, yeah, I'd say that with a resounding yes. I really do. I mean, this has been perhaps one of the more challenging projects, simply just because of the kinds of products and the sophistication of the systems and the goals that we set out for ourselves on this home, and the design of it, and the follow through. But
and that steep learning curve that was not only for you, but for all the people that you have to aggregate to make this happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was one of the more heartening parts of this for me, is that it's been a great education for myself. I've learned unbelievable amounts in carrying through with this, not only working with you all and bringing in some of the manufacturers and evaluating different choices of materials and trying to do a lot of research towards making the right selections and combining various products into systems, but really gaining a much greater understanding and awareness of what sustainable construction is really all about.
Yeah.
And then the great benefit of this was the fact that our crew and our subs we worked on, and some very readily jumped on the bandwagon, so to speak. Some had to be pulled on with their heels dug in, but you know, it was a learning process for everybody. And because of the amount of effort that we made with that, we found that there was a great deal of excitement, enthusiasm that was expressed by these folks, and that they really felt vested in the project as a result of that.
Gary,
So,
I can't tell you what a satisfying and marvelous experience it's been for us to work with you on this project, and I just look forward to the next one, bigger and better things, and we all learned so much, and like, I just think this is a plateau that takes us to the next horizon.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you.
Well,
What a great
you.
job.
It's been my pleasure to be associated with you as well, and it's just been a great project and a sense of accomplishment for all of us.
Thank you, us too.
Yeah, thanks.